Alright, welcome back to Minuteman Operations. So, a few days ago, I was watching a video from Dirty Civilian. Great channel, love their content. But the video I was watching, they were talking about a survival cache. Just something you kind of put together and put out in the woods, on your property, or whatever. That way you have access to emergency supplies when, all hell breaks loose and you don't have immediate access to your stuff, or you run out of everything and you just kind of need that emergency resupply. And I was sitting there, it took me a minute to watch that video. It was like an hour long and I was in the middle of doing stuff, so after a few days I finally finished the video and I was like, you know what, that is actually a really good idea. Like, I 100% agree with that. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's do my own survival cache, but I'm just going to call it a resupply box. And the purpose of the resupply box that I'm putting together is to pretty much get it set up, drop it off in an undisclosed location, and just let it sit there for as long as humanly possible. So, over here, this is what I'm currently working on for my resupply box, or my emergency resupply box. So, right here I have two metal ammo cans. Each one is set up exactly the same. This one right here is completely sealed up. We are going to do some scientific testing over the next month to see as to how effective it would be to have this exact setup in the woods. Now, we will touch on this here in a little bit, but this one has the exact contents as this one. I just wanted to have this one set up so I could show you on camera. So, opening this box up, lid comes off, really helpful. But right now, inside of this here little ammo box, same thing with this one, we have vacuum sealed shotgun ammo. I've got 8 shells. What ones are these? These are just buckshot, just typical basic buckshot. The only difference between this is these are white shells, like white, or not really white, but clear shells. The ones I have in here are red shells. Still buckshot though. So I have 8 shells in this tote, or in this box. Then I have just quick, easy access calories. Just something that you can just quickly grab and go. Like, if you get to this ammo box, this survival box, and get it opened up and you just have to move, like, you can't just stay there. I wanted to have something that, you could throw in your pocket, lightweight, simple, easy. Each one of these is, they're all 410 calories. I've got 5 of them, so not the greatest amount of calories, but you know what? This is going to be better than absolutely nothing at all. And the purpose of this survival box, this resupply box, is, hey, oh shit, like, I have absolutely nothing, something major happened, I don't have access to anything, like, I need calories, water, whatever. Hey, I have something like this set up, dropped off in an undisclosed location. Cool, great. So, calories. And there's 5 of them in here as well, like I said. This is exactly the same as this, but this is just set up for video. And then I have a bunch of these little emergency water packets, which they are only 4.22 ounces, which that's not a lot of water. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of them inside of here, which, I mean, it would definitely be better than nothing, but when it's 100 degrees out, like it's been the last couple days, like, this is going to go by pretty freaking quick. So, yeah, that's just very basic, bare-bone water. So, that is currently everything that I have inside of these emergency resupply boxes. Now, I kept them kind of bare-bone for right now, just because I'm going to be doing some torture testing to this supply box to see if it will hold up for at least a month. You know, I am going to be putting it in different positions, just kind of torture testing the absolute hell out of it to make sure that the contents inside of here will be good to go. And we're going to be running that through probably the rest of the month. It's the 4th of July, by the way. So, here in a bit, we're going to go get this set up, but we're going to finish up with this box here. So, what I want to do after we are done torture testing this one is I want to have at least 4 of these that I can set up exactly the same, with a little extra ammo, calories, water, a little bit of medical, shelter, probably a simple basic knife, and probably some fire starter, you know, just basic survival stuff that you would need in an emergency if you had absolutely nothing. Like, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on the contents of these boxes, but I do want to make sure that there is something inside of here that can be beneficial to me if, you know, the world just falls apart and I have nothing and I just need like a quick resupply or whatever. So, I am going to be adding to the contents of these boxes, but for right now, I'm keeping it very simple because I want to know if this setup is going to be feasible to house for an extended period of time, which is kind of another reason as to why I'm not putting a bunch of money into this, because the way I'm setting these up is like the little energy bar things, they are good until 2030. So I've got a few years on these things. This is what I'm going off of, is the shelf life of my food. So setting these up for an extended period of time, I don't want to dump just hundreds and hundreds of dollars into something like this for something that could get damaged, taken, whatever, ruined. So I don't want to dump a bunch of money into it. But I still want to make sure that it's going to be feasible and beneficial if and when I ever need something like this. So now, how I have this handy dandy little box set up is I took 2 rolls of electrical tape and a roll of duct tape, and I just went to town just sealing up everything I possibly could. Cat's being weird. Just sealed up everything inside of this, or the box itself. That way, try to make it as sealed up as humanly possible. So we are going to take this outside and get it set up for the first torture test for this month. Now, I'm going to be moving it around. Okay, so test number 1 is we are going to keep the resupply box submerged underwater for X amount of time, because, you know, one of the biggest risks with having a resupply box out in the woods or on property is flooding, like torrential downpour, just potentially getting submerged underwater, like whatever. Like, that is a realistic concern when it comes down to having a resupply box out in the middle of nowhere. And when you have it out there for an extended period of time, that risk just increases. So we are going to keep this supply box submerged underwater for X amount of time. We are not going to open it up afterwards, just because there's a lot of tape on here, and I don't want to have to completely redo that. It would be kind of pointless, would defeat the purpose. But we're going to keep it submerged for however long, and then we're going to move it to a different torture test. And I'm going to try at least 3 different torture tests. We're going to do little updates here and there after this video. But yeah, at the end of the month, we are going to open that box up and just check the contents of the box. So that's all I have for this video. I think that's a really great idea. And even if it's just something to where you're putting together something on your own property, you know, in case if you get a house fire or whatever, you know, just having that emergency box that's out of sight, out of mind, buried or whatever, that's not a horrible idea. And I think people should take that into consideration, whether it's something as simple as what I put together or something massive and just all this supplies and everything else put into it. I think everybody should consider that idea. But who am I? Like, I'm not an expert in the subject. So yes, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you feel like this little supply box is going to be ruined by the end of the month, let me know, because I'm kind of curious. I don't know how well this is going to play out, but we're going to find out. So I will see you guys and girls eventually.